Have you ever wondered if losing weight was purely aesthetic or if it was something deeper? I thought that when I lost weight, everything would change. And it is true. Everything did change. And it also was a lie. My name is Tamika, and I am a serial loser. I've lost more than 500 pounds and gained it back in over the last 20 years. And I've often wondered why I gained it back. Initially, when I was wanting to lose weight, I did it because I wanted to keep a man, or I wanted to do it because someone else wanted me to lose weight because it was the best thing for me. And the bottom line is, although aesthetics is important, the really underlying reason why weight is so hard to come off is the most important. You see, it's normally deeper than the weight. In 2019, I was the heaviest that I had ever been, and I've lost so much of my life. I didn't go on mission trips. I didn't go on vacations. I barely left the house except to go to work. And at that time, it was a job that I absolutely hated. And around my birthday, maybe a month or so before my birthday is in August, I decided that I wanted to stop allowing my weight to control the way I live my life. So I said I wanted to do something for my birthday. And I asked my girlfriends and my mom if they wanted to go with me to see a Joe Scott concert. And we went to Foxwoods. And I was excited because it was turning 42. This would be an amazing weekend away. I would get an opportunity to see Joe Scott. We'd get an opportunity to spend time with my girls. We would go to dinner. It was an amazing plan. And then I realized that although I was struggling walking 100 feet or more, I realized that I was going to be in a casino and I was going to have to walk further than I had considered because I had no idea how far the venue was away from where we walked into our hotel. Not the hotel, the venue. And when you walked into Foxwoods, I had to reach out and get a wheelchair. And I was 42. My mom was about 61. And I had to be pushed through the casino in a wheelchair, 42 years old. My mom willingly did it. My attitude was horrible because all I could think was, oh, I looked as a huge woman being pushed in a wheelchair. All I could think was all eyes were on me. How fat I was. Oh, did you allow this to happen to yourself? I was not thinking once that my mom was struggling to push over 400 pounds. It was a great concert. I loved every minute of it. But getting there was horrible. Attitude sucked. I couldn't walk up the stairs on the bus, so they had to open up the gates of the back of this bus and use a pulley system to put me in a wheelchair and bring me to the back of the bus. And the walk wasn't very far, but for a woman who was almost 500 pounds, the walk could have been 2 or 3 miles. That was the breaking point for me. My mom had to push me. I was 42 years old. I was out of control. I was in a job that I hated. I wanted someone to love me. I wanted to be married, and it just wasn't happening. I had moved back with my parents because I could no longer be in an apartment that was my own anymore because I had lost a really good paying job a few years before that. So I was miserable, and I made everyone else around me miserable. I would go to work. I would wake up at about 8:45 to 9, almost 9 a.m. when I was supposed to be at work at 9:30. I hated my job. I hated my life. I hated myself. And I was just slowly dying. I would eat food. I would go to the McDonald's or Burger King, and I would eat 3 to 4 meals, breakfast meals every morning. And every week that I got paid, I would eat Chinese food. A thing of General Tso's chicken or General Tso's sesame, toasted sesame, just to be healthy. I would eat rib tips and pork fried rice. I would also eat crab rangoon. I was just stuffing myself so that I would not feel the pain that I was experiencing. My body was always aching, crying out for me to stop it. And one day, you know what did it for me? It wasn't that I was slowing down or anything like that. I was still able to get around, so to speak. I thought I was fine. But January of 2020, Kobe Bryant died. It was January 26th of 2020. Kobe Bryant died. Kobe Bryant was 2 years younger than me. We shared the same birthday. He died in a plane crash, and I realized that I could die too one day. And then there started to be little murmurings of the COVID virus. We didn't know quite what it was, but I was afraid to die. And I had to stop doing what I was doing. And I was afraid to eat out. I stopped eating at the local Chinese restaurant every day, where every week, I probably spent at least $200 to $300 a week eating out. I went to drinking water with lemon only every day. And I stopped buying out. I did Instacart and ordered lean cuisine and healthy choice meals. And I started to eat vegetables again and fruit and eggs, and I slowly phased out all of the fast food that I ate. And I slowly started to cook again. And I slowly started to be happier. But I had another furlough. I lost my job temporarily, the job that I hated. I was stuck at home, and we were all basically sheltering in place because of COVID. Nothing else to do but eat well and go to sleep, because I was bored out of my mind. And in that cocoon period of time, it was from March 15th to about May 20th or something like that. I didn't have a scale to get on. I knew that I was losing weight. I knew that my face was going down. I decided to go back to work because they called me back, even though I absolutely hated my job. And I reached out to my doctor and I said to her, I need to come in and get checked out, because I believe that I lost a lot of weight, but I wasn't aware of how much it was. And then there was this part of me that thought that I was nearly insane, because although I had to buy new underwear and new clothes, and I saw clothes falling off of me, I just didn't know how much I'd lost. And I was afraid that if I got on that scale and I still saw the same number, that it would just devastate me. I got on the scale with a dress that my friend had given me. I call it the sisterhood of the traveling dress. He had lost weight from weight loss surgery, and I was able to fit a dress that she wore when she was 290 pounds, and I don't know how much I weighed, but I was able to fit that dress. And I got on that dress and I put the dress on, went to my doctor's office, stood on the scale, looked at the number, and then leaned up against the wall, because for the first time in a long time, I was under 400 pounds. I was actually 352 pounds. And I weeped, and the PA was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm okay. I'm just shocked, because I hadn't seen this weight in such a long time." I've lost 126 pounds. I went from 480 to 352 in less than 5 months. And it was because I was afraid. I was afraid to die. Kobe Bryant's death really shook the slack out of me. And I made a decision, even though it was because of fear. Fear made me stop the process and take a look at myself. I started praying. I started to have women's phone calls, prayer calls, where we would pray every Tuesday and Wednesday. I was eating well. I was moving around more. I was happier. And during this time that it was hell for everybody on the planet, this was a time that the Lord allowed me to cocoon myself and for me to lose weight during 2020. The horrible thing is that even though I lost all this weight and had great community, prayer calls, all the things that made it possible for me to lose this weight, slowly but surely, I gained it all back. All but 18 pounds, I gained it all back. And now here I am again, working the process of losing weight. And this time it's harder. I started in October 2025 because, again, I was out of control. I was depressed. I I know he said I had enough in menopause, not menopause, perimenopause. And I started asking God the questions. Why do I keep going around the same mountain over and over and over again? And why can't I keep this weight off? Is it because I don't want to? Or is it because I am believing something that I haven't gotten rid of yet? I haven't changed my belief system. If you believe that you can do it, you can do it. If you believe that you can't do it, then you won't be able to do it. My belief systems are changing. They've had to change. And I'm through this process again. So I am going to share part two about what I'm doing currently to help me lose the weight. I haven't arrived yet. I'm still on this journey, and I hope you stick along with me because not only am I a woman who lost 126 pounds, I will do it again, and it will be greater and better than before. And by faith, I will be able to